Fellow staff and sailing officers, family and friends, thank you for joining me this morning on what is to be my last day in uniform. Whew. Said I wasn't going to cry. No, it's been a emotional roller coaster. Where do I start? I have to go back to June 1st, 1992. Bravo Company, June 1041. Pickup day, a little hectic. We're on line in the squad bay. Wall lockers are lined. 2 wall lockers to my right. Stands a recruit, Chad Butts. The significance about Chad is him and I have carried the flag for 1041 for the last 20 years. Chad, you've been a great friend. I wish you, wife and family, all the best. It's time for you to carry the guide on. It's been passed. How did I get here today? I mean, I can't explain what the Colonel has already put into words. I just would like to go through a few things and acknowledge a few folks that meant quite a bit to my career and had a lot to do with why I'm standing here today. The first individual would be Captain Ralph Ramos. He was the first personnel officer, LDO, 0170 captain that I met at Edson Range. He planted the seed of what a personnel officer was. I took that, headed off to the depot, and met a Sergeant Blake Smith. Wasn't able to come here today, but Sergeant Major Smith has been a great friend of mine. He took me under his wing, showed me the ropes in the depot, and how to, no kidding, train privates. And it was, when I look back on my 18 years, it was the best time of my life. It was the 2.5 years I spent down there. I move on to Hawaii as a newly promoted staff sergeant, and there's a CW05, Jimmy Tipton, first time I ever been to CW05. He says, Staff Sergeant Harvey, congratulations on your promotion, but you're not going to go to Vector 1-3 as you thought. There's another personnel chief there. He says, I got something else for you. He says, yourself and Chief Officer Tom Sikowski are going to put together an admin assist team. We're getting ready to consolidate 3rd Marines. I want you to go and take a look at each one of the units. Just give me a report on the health of the unit before we roll them up. So I spent the next 3 months with Tom and I did, inspected, finally rolled up 3rd Marines after about 18 months as they returned back from each one of the UDPs. It was January. Jimmy Tipton calls me in his office. He says, a message came out from one officer. Have you ever thought about the program? Of course I did, because back in '93 when Ralph Ramos planted that seed, it was still growing. And I said, are you giving me a recommendation? He says, absolutely. So coming from a CW05 at the time, I jumped on the chance, I applied. How I was appointed to a warrant officer today. As a new warrant officer, I check into 1st Marines, and Mr. Al Cordero, CW04 retired. As I check in, salty CW04 and a new warrant officer. First thing that we do as new warrant officers, or as officers in general, is that I wasn't used to or comfortable with, was writing reports. Fitness reports are now a thing that it's going to determine promotions, assignments, and further service. Al sat me down, gave me a great 2-hour PME on fitness reports and the importance of taking care of those Marines. Al, I appreciate everything you've done. You, Ann, and the kids, I wish you all the best. Thanks for coming out this morning. Through it all, there's been one person. 22 years, 18 years of marriage. We did it. You're an amazing wife, mother, best friend. Couldn't have done it without you. You know that. We did it together. I love you very much. And Tanner, hopefully one day you might realize what Dad did. I love you guys both very much. I'm very proud of both of you. I know you didn't like your little sword, but in saying that, the friends and family from Temecula that came out, you guys are our real family. I can't say enough for the last 10 years that we've been out there, and the friends that we've made, they're lifelong. As the Colonel said, Arizona's only a 6-hour drive. We will be back. But I do want to thank all of you for coming out this morning. Special thanks to Lieutenant Colonel Paul Rayfield, Mandy, and the boys. In saying that, immediately following this will be a reception over at Fiddler's Green. You're all more than welcome. Please, there's plenty of chow, some cold beer to drink, which I'm just about ready for one now. But in saying that, thank you again, and 65.